Under the blazing lights of Las Vegas, Mateusz Gamrot entered the Octagon with everything on the line, defending his spot among the UFC's top 10 lightweights against the cunning and cautious Ľudovít Klein, a fighter who, despite being a slight underdog, has earned respect across the MMA world for his resilience and technical skill. Gamrot, dressed in black, immediately demonstrated why he is considered among the elite, using the smaller cage to dictate range, close gaps, and force exchanges that play directly into his wrestling advantage, while Klein, in white, moved with measured caution, aware that a single mistake against a wrestler of Gamrot's caliber could lead to long stretches of control or decisive positional dominance. From the first bell, it was a test of timing, footwork, and spatial awareness, as both fighters approached with open stances, measuring each other's lead hands, attempting to control the distance, and looking for openings. Gamrot's level changes were crisp, explosive, and perfectly timed, moving fluidly from double-leg attempts to precise single-leg takedowns that eventually allowed him to secure the first significant takedown of the fight, elevating Klein's far ankle and controlling the near leg with technical perfection. Klein, whose reputation for 95% takedown defense preceded him, found himself tested immediately, realizing that Gamrot's chain wrestling and relentless positional adjustments were unlike anything he had faced before, and each attempt to peel hands or regain guard was systematically countered with cross-wrist control, chest-to-chest pressure, and subtle but relentless shifts of balance that showcased Gamrot's mastery of wrestling fundamentals. As the first round wore on, Klein's early jab managed to connect sporadically, briefly reminding spectators of his striking potential, but Gamrot's smothering top control, precise grip work, and constant positional adjustments made offense nearly impossible, forcing Klein into a reactive posture where his energy was gradually drained, while Gamrot accumulated both psychological and physical control. In every exchange, Gamrot demonstrated why wrestling is not merely a physical skill, but a chess match of angles, grips, timing, and patience, using the smallest openings to maintain dominance, subtly shifting Klein's wrists, redirecting his posture, and keeping him trapped beneath a heavy top position that neutralized any chance of escape. The second round continued in similar fashion, with Gamrot executing smooth, textbook takedowns and positional transitions that neutralized Klein's attempts to generate momentum. Klein tried to use his jabs, straight punches, and left kicks to create space, but Gamrot's composure never wavered, countering effectively while maintaining pressure, controlling the center of the octagon, and using subtle strikes from the top to keep Klein off balance and constantly defensive. Klein's attempts to close his guard offered only temporary respite, as Gamrot's square-based positioning, hip pressure, and wrist control prevented him from regaining effective leverage or creating meaningful offensive opportunities, forcing him to endure calculated ground and pound while simultaneously being drained of energy and confidence. As the fight entered the third round, it became clear that Klein needed to force the fight into open space, moving away from the octagon fence, creating distance, and attempting to land clean punches and kicks to regain momentum, but Gamrot's patience, timing, and fight IQ left him constantly one step ahead, countering combinations and immediately punishing any opening with precise takedowns or top control. Even when Klein managed to land effective strikes, Gamrot absorbed them intelligently while continuing to manipulate position, dominate wrist control, and restrict movement, showcasing why elite grapplers can dictate the tempo of a fight while allowing only minimal openings to their opponents. Over the course of 3 rounds, Gamrot's strategy, technique, and relentless execution ensured that he controlled nearly every meaningful moment, dictating distance, timing entries, neutralizing guard attempts, and punishing mistakes with perfect top positioning. By the final horn, Klein was exhausted, trapped, and unable to mount a consistent offensive threat, while Gamrot had demonstrated over 6 minutes of total control time, riding wrists, dominating positions, and landing subtle but cumulative ground and pound strikes that left no doubt about the superiority of his wrestling, fight IQ, and strategic discipline. The judges rendered a unanimous decision, 30-27 across the board, confirming Gamrot's dominance and validating his place among the UFC's elite lightweights.